We rolling, man. We ready.
Rolling? All right, cool. Get myself comfortable. What up, y'all? What up?
What's out?
What up, social media world? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's another episode, another week, bro.
Another one.
Another day. Another blessing.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, man. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So welcome back, y'all. Again, this is Jacquil Wright.
This is Adrian Peace.
And this is
the Nice Guys Podcast,
man. So we bringing back another episode for y'all.
Special one, a little bit, kind of special.
Yeah, it's something special.
You know what I'm saying? Because we could have took off this week.
And
you
just,
know what I mean?
And just chilled.
Just chilled, holiday.
Whatever. Holiday,
like drama
bro.
say, holiday season.
Man, bro, it's coming in holiday season, man. So we talking about Turkey Day.
We talking about that Turkey Day, man.
That
Thanksgivings, as I call it.
Thanksgivings. The most gluttonous day of the year. I've eaten so much one time, the food was like at the top of my chest before I was being
That's why I got acid reflux now, you know what I'm saying? Eating all that dressings and sweet potato pies for 5, 6, 7 days straight.
The pies is hitting too, bro. Man. Listen, I couldn't even move because if I did, bro, it would have been a wrap.
Right.
Yeah, that's how much food I ate. I was being a glutton. But anyway, we're going to talk about this very special day that comes every year. I mean, I feel like there's good and bad and everything, right?
Absolutely.
That's what we're about to get into.
We talk about balance a lot on this show.
I mean,
and it's a duality, man. Duality is in everything.
For real. So with Thanksgiving, we thinking about, the pros and cons of it. We get family, it's commune, it gets people together, you know what I'm saying? People you don't and do want to see throughout the year. They still your family. Shout out to those folks you want to see, and then shout out to the ones you don't. It's a balance in that too.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Balance.
Be drama sometimes.
Yeah.
When we get that turkey, you get that turkey in your system. Everybody cool.
The turkey and the hen. You know what I'm saying? Double entendre.
You see what I'm saying? Turkey in the hen. I like that
You know
one.
what I'm saying?
If anybody eat duck because they can't eat the dry turkey, props to those that do that. Or if they do the fried turkey.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's something
turkey
special.
Definitely be dry. I can't eat it unless it's mixed in with the dressing or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's because of the bird and where it eats and where it's from. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the duck is more moist.
Interesting. See,
juicy. You got the duck sauce.
You ain't know that.
With it.
Nigga, I know you ain't know it. We learning.
You ain't know. Whatever that means right there. That's a sound bite. Use that. You ain't know there was some duck out there being eaten by somebody rotisserie. You feel me? But check it out. So with Thanksgiving, historically we know they talk about referencing to Native American and Europeans coming together, quote unquote, breaking bread and doing well, right?
See, I got it right here. From history.com. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving Day is a national holiday in the United States. And Thanksgiving 2023 occurs on Thursday, November 9th. We know all that. In 1621, the Plymouth colonists.
Oh, Plymouth.
Colonists.
I like that word, Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth, from England, and the Native American Wampanoag people shared an autumn harvest feast that is acknowledged as one of the first Thanksgiving celebrations in the colonies.
Right?
So,
what the hell is the Native Americans at now?
Yeah, what they at?
They was eating real good on that day.
Well, yeah.
They made it sound so eloquent. You feel me?
Came together. You know what I'm saying?
But
shared in autumn.
Shared in autumn. And a bit in the sweet bisque of the matrimony of two different cultures coming as one.
Right.
But yet, I mean, we already know the history behind what happened, the colonizing.
Crazy.
So for those that do celebrate it, we're not knocking y'all for celebrating.
Right, absolutely. I'm gonna get my turkey and be with my family and all that.
I'm gonna give me some good eatings. I'm gonna give me some good eatings.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? With the ass and good eatings. It has no cement. That is not even grammatical. That is as ebonics. Whatever you want to call it. I ain't knocking the
Melanated S.
Melanated S's. But at the same time, it's just funny to hear that we have a holiday that's celebrated, but yet it's still was at the detriment of somebody else.
Absolutely.
So when you see these type of things going on, and not to be negative Nancy, but it's just like to look at that standpoint. Like there were still people that were stripped of a lot of different things. The Native Americans had a different culture. They didn't even believe in ownership of land. They just they lived by the land, but they didn't own it. So the matriarchal society, we know of these different things. So it's like you have two different mindsets that come together, and it's cataclysmic in a sense. But I mean, what would other people have done in those situations. So, you know, so sometimes I have these conversations, these dialogues with other family members like, well, I mean, if I was European, I'll come over trying to get this land, I probably took it too, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, it's kind of sad to see the outcome, even though we all celebrate that one day and enjoy each other. But the people that were here initially are the ones that took the brunt end of it all.
Absolutely. It's crazy. And it's a wrong that still, you know, hasn't been, I mean, how do you write it? Like, it's crazy. And to the point that we still calling it Thanksgiving, even though if you look at the calendar, most calendars say Indigenous People Day or something like that. Like, and we say, Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, it's, you know, wording and verbiage is a mother flipper.
Mother flipper.
Yeah. I'm trying not to cuss, but motherfucker this time.
Yeah.
Throw that shit in the soundbite. So it's just funny you had these trees, you know what I'm saying? They was giving them the fire water and guns and stuff like that. And you see that same trend, that divide and conquer type mindset. Because, you know, obviously if you had Native Americans that were one culture and they had feuds with others, if I give you the upper ante and give you guns and stuff like that, it sounds like a similar story, you know, when it comes to the whole transatlantic slave trade too, right? Then they give them guns in place of, you know, trading bodies and stuff like that.
See, this is, so I was talking.
See an historical trend there.
Yeah, I was not to go off too far on a tangent, but I was talking to my cousin. You know what I'm saying? He's a younger gentleman, young man. And I was talking about the importance of learning history, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, because he like, I'm in the house, like, what that got to do with me?
Right.
And it's just like, we learn history so that, not necessarily because, so that we don't repeat it, because it's going to repeat pretty much. Like, you know, like you said, you in your house, you doing your day-to-day, everything like that.
Everything's still going on.
Real power do you have, you know, in that sense, but you should know what's going on. Like, you should be able to call the place. And America, you know, the U.S., we've played from a very limited playbook, you know, going back to... You know, it's not that many plays in the book, and it wasn't that many plays. It's the same plays that was in England's book.
I don't know too many slaves that write laws and amendments.
You know,
I don't think a slave is allowed to do that. You know, they were the first enslaved, and Native Americans actually could not survive. They were exposed to certain diseases that were uncommon. So they thought they brought like a demon with them because people were dying of, you know, smallpox and these boils in their body and getting sick and then dying really quickly because they were never exposed. Because the Europeans basically had lived next to like some of the largest, you know, land mammals. Right. So they were exposed to certain things that most other people, they survived the bubonic plague, you know, which was actually given to them through, you know, trade with the Asians. You know, the Asians had a bunch of, you know, rats and rodents on their ships, and they had this disease that became prevalent, as we know, as the black plague. You know what I'm saying? That took a lot of people out. Even funny enough, if you look even deeper, there's people that are immune to AIDS and HIV. Yeah, I did say that. There are people that are immune to AIDS and HIV, but their lineage goes back to some of the folks that survived the bubonic plague.
Wow.
Look it up. I'm not making this shit up.
I believe it.
I don't make it up. I look into weird shit like that all the time. I don't even know why. I'm just inquisitive, and I'll be looking into some weird stuff. Like, why am I even looking into that? But you got a thirst for wanting to understand what the hell happened, because you're just put into a place of being indoctrinated, going to school for 11 years out of your life. Yeah. To be taught what? To just be a part of the working class and not question certain things.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they would love to have.
Man, when they had this conversation in one of my history classes in college, it was so many folks that was like, Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. I'm like, bro, you're 19 years old, you don't know this?
Didn't even know, I
had went to work with somebody, didn't even know that Tulsa, Oklahoma took place. They just thought that black people just wanted to be lazy. Yeah. But if you would have known that if it wasn't for like the French Revolution, it wouldn't. Come on, bro.
Right. People.
It gets deep.
People watching Watchmen and finding out.
Bro, you know? that's how the homie. Bro, I'm glad you said that, man. Shout out to Regina King.
Yeah, Regina King.
Yes, Regina King. Shout out to, you know, Huey and
Riley.
Riley. Yeah, man. Shout out to you for that as well too. She's iconic. She's a genius in what she does. She knows her craft. But if it wasn't for that show, homie wouldn't have said nothing to me. People would have this mindset or this preconceived notion that black people just probably just lazy, whatever, and Native Americans just disappear. You don't really see them too much, but we all kind of had to blend and kind of survive amongst the midst of a lot of stuff that was going on that was accepted. I mean, you got to think of a time period that people didn't even have cell phones and internet to communicate. People were just doing shit. Right. and creating the rules. So if you thought of being 3/5 of a human being or just being a savage, which that's what they named Native Americans to be, which is savages, which justifies you acting a certain way, according to how to treat a savage person. And really, it's like a Jedi mind trick because the real savage person was the person that was inflicting the pain.
Wasn't too many mirrors back then, I guess.
We got a lot of black mirrors. There's a black mirror everywhere. Phones, black mirrors. It's a black ass mirror right there. You feel me? So it wasn't a lot of that, around. So people were just creating a narrative. So it's just, it's just funny just seeing the holiday now. And honestly, like if you do more research, you realize the holidays are significant. If we didn't have these holidays to like celebrate, people will rebel and start like becoming chaotic because it just becomes a situation where people are just working continuously and they become irritable. And people don't even do their research and realize that some of the stuff that we do at riots, when like, George Floyd took place or the Rodney King riots, that's minuscule to certain other stuff that happens with these just like people that win championships in like certain cities and stuff like that. They've been known to flip cars. Set them on fire. I mean, if you think about if you look at, I'm not trying to get into Christmas, but if you look into why they put Santa Claus back into, the play, because they took Santa Claus out of history at one point. It was like they weren't even celebrating that anymore because, I mean, it's a paganistic holiday or whatever. But at one point, in the Americas, they run around looting and stealing and raping. They were going crazy around this time of the year. So they had to create.
We got to do something.
You got to, and then you see it even with Black Friday. When we get back to Christmas or Thanksgiving, you see people getting trampled to death to get these deals and these come ups.
And
just for
it's so interesting that I feel like we preach in all of the movies and stuff, like all the holiday movies you watch, the Hallmark dramas, the whatever you have. They all teach that the thing that's most important about the holiday season is family, right? It's not about the gifts. It's not about the fancy things, right? It's about getting together with your family, right? We left Kevin at home. God, where is Kevin? We left Kevin at home at the end of the family came back together. But the next day after Thanksgiving, it's Black Friday.
Why gotta be Black Friday,
First
nigga?
of all, why gotta be Black Friday?
Put that shit in the promo when we do these promos. Nigga, why is it called Black Friday? It can't be called White Friday, red, orange, like tangerine, beige. Shit, you sound beige, nigga. Why gotta be Black Friday? And then it's like, that's when you get all the deals. It's like all the black. It's that word association, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to talk about that in another episode for real. Because words is powerful. They are spells and they do create your environment, your universe around you. So everything that's negative that's associated to black kind of just like makes you a negative person. Just being like I walk around sometimes and I got my hat on, I feel, dressed. People look at me like they probably think a certain way. I'm probably the nicest person in this motherfucker. You feel me? So it's just funny to see that a certain group of individuals historically have created this narrative, have created these holidays, have created the construct, and everybody's just kind of just following suit. Don't question too much. Because it's psychology. Like, there's people in groups that study human psychology all the time. To see how we move. Got the goddamn algorithms and things that listen to our conversations, and all of a sudden you're looking on your timeline and your social media intake, you're seeing all this stuff that's associated with your conversation. You showed me that situation we were talking about. We were talking about the simulation. And you sent me the video. And so it's just like, it's so funny. I don't go into too much of a time. We'll get back into the whole, holiday spirit, but it's just funny to see that once you create a word and a concept and an idea, and it seems suitable by the group, everybody just follows suit and nobody asks any questions. How do you live in this country that obviously was taken from a group of individuals and not know until you're almost 19, 20 years of age that Christopher Columbus was a thief and a liar? Because he went back to Queen Elizabeth and he almost said, I ain't got no gold in the promised land in the new world. And he was going to hang his punk ass. He left some of his folks back here. And this, you can look it up, it's in books. And I'm not making this up. And when they came back, a lot of them cats died off because they were sick or they didn't have no proper food. And they said the Native Americans killed them. When they were showing them how to grow corn and tobacco and how to irrigate the land in order to take care of themselves to stay sustained. Because that was one of the major crop resources they actually took advantage of when they first came over here. Because they had to know how to crop and farm the tobacco because you don't want to deplete the soil because then it just kind of destroys the land. So you have to have people that have been living here for thousands and thousands of years, had created a culture. And you had to learn from them. And then once you figure it out, I mean, it's like any world war strategy. You learn the opposition, their ways. And you take all that shit and then you excommunicate them. Shout out to John Wick. Excommunicado. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being known in history, we still sit back and we chill and we celebrate this holiday.
Yeah.
But it's just like, is everybody really, it comes to a point where like, does people even really care at a certain point? That's the psychology behind it. Nobody over time actually cares. Mm-hmm. It's like the game telephone almost. It's like people can misconstrue and change things and get to a point where they can change the whole narrative, believe it, and not even care. And walk off and be like they have an understanding of something that did not originate that same way, but they can create whatever narrative they want to because people over time are just going to just follow suit and forget what the origin was. Right. Initial.
I mean, we could probably do a whole episode on that alone on willful ignorance. Like, shit. Yeah, that's...
Damn.
Yeah.
Sound button. Say that one time.
Willful ignorance.
Willful ignorance.
Yeah, you're ignorant because you want to be. Like, that's what that is.
Ignorance is what?
Man.
Ignorance is
people is...
Bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. Now everybody put your hands up high. Shout out to Kendrick. But
you know what I'm saying?
It's like, yeah, I could really be, I'm not trying to be like we said, I'm not trying to be no Debbie Downers.
No, I feel you.
But it's like, you gotta be real at the same time. And it's like, I feel like, how dare you?
Yeah. And you say real, right? People take real and they're like, oh, you being negative.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, you're being a toxic optimist.
You did say that. A toxic optimism, a lot of positive, negative, toxic positivity. There's a such thing as that because if you're not dealing with the reality situation, you're in avoidance, you're not dealing with the issue and finding real solutions. You're just creating a little cover up. It's like, I work in the medical field, I probably mentioned this before, and they're giving people all these medications, bro. And then synthetic versions of what it is and not holistic, truth. So then they're creating this, it's not, I wouldn't say a placebo, but it's almost like a pseudo sense of real treatment. Yeah. Almost. I wouldn't say completely because I got to watch my words, but it's just like a sense of treatment that's only like a bandage, but it's not really truly getting to the root of the issue and finding a real solution. It's just guessing and keeping you. Yeah. I mean, I'll say this, like my grandmother, she has had like all of these long laundry list of diseases and whatnot for her entire life. Right. Basically, big pouch of medicines she got to, carry around and stuff like that. And, here recently, she's been getting off of the medicines thanks to, doing things like the sea moss and the, just eating healthier and things like that. And that's a cultural thing too.
She sound 10 years younger when you talk to her on the phone, yeah. And
all the food that we eat on Thanksgiving, not to knock it, is delicious, scrumptious. It is
scrumptious.
Put that ass to sleep. You got to unbuckle your belt.
The itis.
You feel me? Big itis. Shout out to ITIS. You feel me? But it's not the good food to eat. And then we wonder why people on, insulin, Eliquis, metformin, and all these major because they're making money off that. So it's all money making, even though it's like we mentioned before. It's not a sense of freedom in this. It's the land of the capitalism. That's what we need to call this. And looking at this holiday, it's one of the other few holidays out there that's for them to capitalize off of. Right. It doesn't really have a true significance, but like I also mentioned before, and there's a tie down, they have these holidays put into place so motherfuckers won't just uproot and just go crazy. Because if you're always working and working and working, eventually people are going to rebel. Right. So you have to give us just a little bit.
You gotta get a dog a bone.
Just a little bit. You feel me? Just to keep you sustained. I mean, that's how they did the slaves. I mean, they had to give them just a little bit of rations so they'd be okay with master because they're willing to be susceptible to the most minuscule, stuff they go opportune that could be provided to you. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, all right, then that ain't working. We need to do something else. We gotta teach these niggas about Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen.
We gotta
somebody. You gotta teach them something about, and even with that, when you think about Constantine and you think about King James and you know about the other side of witchcraft, that's a whole, if y'all look into the Baphomet, it's a lot of stuff out there that King James was involved in that don't really even know about. Yeah. And that's, if you want to do your own research, go down the rabbit hole, you even care. Take the time to do it. you know, but he was involved in that. There's a reason why the book is orchestrated a certain way, and almost like Shakespearean type way and feel, because of course they knew that if we can create this doctrine that everybody's going to follow suit, not question, because we understand human psychology, they're going to follow suit. That's the reason why we just have these things implemented, put into place, and everybody just continue to keep doing the same thing, repetition every year.
Yeah, I think it's really
Thanksgiving,
like
Christmas.
Underestimated, or like people just don't realize how big human psychology is in everything, like that people actually are taking this into account, like and down to the smallest things of how we shop, like you know what I'm saying, like if there are literally psychologists that are consulting with stores as far as where to put things on shelves, then you don't think that the government and like all these other things is...
If you wouldn't lie to your own kids sometimes, you think the government not gonna lie to you? Yeah. We are the government. I'm gonna throw that out there, soundbite. We are the government, but we don't understand how much of the government we really are, because we just, it's just like you put the program into the system and you push start, and that scripting starts running through, and everybody just following the program. Just following the drifts and the riffs and the hypnotic rhythm. It's powerful. Right. So again, coming back to the association of these holidays, especially Thanksgiving, and then the negative connotation I feel like behind Black Friday, which is tripped out. Got a lot of things to kind of, you know, look into and see at this time of the year. This is very interesting. So I don't know if y'all feeling what we saying. Yeah, but I mean, what you're saying is making sense to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's resonating with y'all. Not knocking. Hey, listen, if your grandmama would make some of the best Brussels sprouts and you know what they call it, dressing and the turkeys and all that. Yams with a little bit of the cranberry sauce on it. I feel like every year you can indulge.
Hey, everything in moderation.
In moderation. You know what I'm saying? But just taking consideration that there are other parts to the historical grounds of what's put into place for these holidays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like really, if you don't acknowledge the bad, then the good become bad. It's like
it's toxic,
you know
optimism.
What I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. It's like if we don't acknowledge that this food is actually not the best for us, then we would just be eating it all the time. And then it's like, then what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we gotta know that we don't eat this all year round, but you know, on Thanksgiving we can get together and we can throw down on these candy yams.
And then speaking on like people like indigenous folks being, you know, things stripped of them or take, like nothing against McDonald's. Yeah. But you know, we got, you know, mild sauce is a thing in Chicago. When it comes to chicken, they got the mambo sauce out there in DC.
Interesting.
So now they got the mambo sauce at McDonald's.
Okay.
How the hell it don't taste that great, but they took that sauce, and I'm trying to knock it. I feel like they're trying to, you know, appeal to a certain audience. But I'm pretty sure whoever originated or created the mambo sauce, I just hope they made their money. You see what I'm saying? You know,
I doubt it.
Whenever we create things, we talk about food and indulgence. I feel like, you know, with certain things like that, I just hope that, you know, things are taken into consideration as well too, because like you see these things historically, they take place. People being stripped of what they have, these cultural things, they're down to the mambo sauce. I'm like, God damn, now the mambo sauce is up for grabs. Do-rags and mambo sauce. You know what I'm saying? You just see these things that other people have been indulging in and probably had maybe a negative kind of, you know, association based on other people outside of this situation. Right. And now it's being culturally appropriated or put into, you know, a situation where people have access to it. And I ain't knocking mambo sauce being at McDonald's. All I'm saying is just be leery of certain things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got you.
But I mean, I think it's a good and bad even with that or any other situation. But again, back with speaking on that Thanksgiving situation, it's just like this, man, do your research, man.
Do your research. And
you know, sometimes I know that ignorance is bliss. Most people ain't got time to be them. They got bills and shit to take care of. Yeah. You know, that's how they get you too. I got a whole theory on that shit too with having kids and families and just different things like that. But do your research, is this?
Absolutely. Man, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I kind of want to talk about just like a little bit more on a personal level of what the holiday might mean to us. Okay. Maybe get into some of that. And
we definitely will. Yeah, we'll shit. But again, man, enjoy your family. Maybe we'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? Sir. 47. We back.
We are back. What's up, y'all? We talking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to y'all, man. This is dropping it's dropping the day before Thanksgiving, you might be listening to it. Then you might be listening to it after. You know what I'm saying? But if it's after, we hope you had a beautiful Thanksgivings. You know what I'm saying?
I got some stories for y'all niggas for Thanksgivings. Oh man, listen. So Thanksgiving to me is hard. I love coming together with family when I was younger. As we're getting older, it's not as a sense of importance now.
It's different.
It's kind of messed up. You know, shout out to my family. If y'all see this and y'all supporting what I'm doing, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for real. You know, to the bottom, to the tops of my heart. But I do miss some of them events, you know, when we were kids and y'all eating, watching movies and stuff like that. That stuff feel good because you don't see people all the time throughout the year.
Exactly.
Life get crazy. You know, people do, you know, pass away and things like that throughout the year. But it's always good to have those times spent so you can develop those memories.
Right.
So that's the positive side behind Thanksgiving is all the good memories. I did have a situation where one of my grandparents fell asleep in the turkey, but we're not going to talk about that. My man fell asleep in the turkey. Woke up, was like, you hungry? I'm like, no, I don't want that turkey, man. Your face was drooling in that thing. You feel me? Smelling like alcohol, man. Drinking that Jameson. Shout out to my granddad anyway. But yeah, man, I had some crazy stories with Thanksgiving. How about yourself, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, back when grandma had the house, like my mom, she was living over on Edinburgh. Shout out to Edinburgh. And you know, our house was 5 houses down from hers. So we could just walk down there whenever. And it was kind of like, you know, it was the mainstay or whatever for all the family every Sunday, really, at the time. And so it was like, you never know who was gonna pop up, you know, on Sundays. Yeah. But Thanksgiving was like, you gonna see everybody there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was dope. We eat and then, you know, kids be outside throwing the football and stuff like that. We got the Cowboys game on there, and they're beating the Lions or whatever.
Whoever they playing against, exactly. Somebody up north.
That's always a few. So it was definitely a vibe. And then, you know, of course, you know, things change, like you said, throughout the years, and if we ain't done that in forever, you know, she living in an apartment now. Yeah, you missed that, and it's like, you know, things don't really carry the same meaning, but so it's like a nostalgic feeling, kind of heavy-hearted. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's kind of bittersweet.
It is. I mean, you also miss the little things you used to do because, you know, your grown-ups always got something to say. You got to sneak to the bag and grab your, you know, little something, a little bit of anybody out there, you know, 420 friendly, you understand what I'm talking about. You know, but yeah, man, that was a good time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, you know what I'm saying? You about to dip out, bro. Come back and just, man, everything tastes sensational. Sensational. Shout out to Chris Brown. Sensational. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So those times are fun too. You know what I mean? I've eaten to the point where I've gotten sick. I talked about I was overindulging. Yeah, food was sitting right here on the top of my chest. Right. If I moved the wrong way, it was a wrap that day. It was gonna be a real bad situation. So I've definitely been gluttonous. You know, when it comes to Thanksgiving. But I mean, it's all in fun though too. That's the positive side. You know, not getting too dimmy down in the situation as well too. So I like it, man. I like those memories and. Even like people just old heads cracking jokes, you can't drink none of the alcohol they get. Yeah. Stuff like that I used to say. I'm like, man, I want some of that. Nah, nephew. And then one uncle might, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to one of my uncles. Might throw you a little sip or two. Like, what is that? They be laughing and shit. Look at this nigga, right? He about to pass out. Look at his chest, no? Boy, he messing around, fucked around, got the wrong juice. You know? Got one of the wine coolers. They ain't know. And you over there knocked out for a couple hours. It's not just orange juice right there. Yeah, it's a little spicy. I had one of them situations too, man. Shout out to family. And leaving the wine coolers out in the little thing. They didn't tell me which cooler not to go into. That's Kool-Aid, nephew. Don't worry about that. Yeah, put a little hair in your chest. You know what I'm saying? So no, shout out to that too, man. That was always a good experience. For sure. But just you know, being in my room, you know what I'm saying, and then mom cooking at 3 a.m, you know what I'm saying, just you smelling it all night. Oh, them onions, boy, when the onions hit. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Your grandma hit them onions about 6 o'clock and when your eyes burn, you waking up like, damn, grandma, what's going on? Baby, it's okay. You be able to put a little cold towel in your eyes. You be okay. You wake up, your eyes burning. I'm like, boy, what is going on in here? I am in pain. You know what I'm saying? But it was all sensational at the end of the day. You feel me? So shout out to those memories, man. I miss it. There's a lot of folks that I spend holidays with that ain't here. You know? Yeah. Which is kind of sad as you get older, but
And it's so much going on in the world, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? We got, Israel and Palestine going on in the world.
Wow.
And free Palestine. I'm gonna say that,
heads getting chopped off. Like, what's
people, going through it. And it's not just there, but all over the world. And so it's difficult, so for me anyways, as a person who thinks about stuff like that frequently, to just be 100% happy. Like I said, it's kind of already like a heavy-hearted type of day for me. So I think about those things as well, but it's like, I think you should acknowledge that. You should acknowledge the history with Native Americans, with indigenous peoples. You should acknowledge those things and kind of feel a little bit of that, at least, on that day, and pay homage and honor that those things happened and are happening today, in the midst of being around family. And I think it helps you to be more thankful as well. For sure. For what you got, because like you said, we got so many family members that's not here anymore. It's like,
man, bro, shout out to me and rest in peace. A lot of my family in here. My grandmama, miss them, my cousins.
Indeed.
Some of the cats that you stay up all night after Thanksgiving playing Street Fighter or Tekken, playing Madden. You know what I'm saying? You miss them times and just having late conversations about different things and situations, or making jokes, or hide and go sleep, whatever you need to do. Tear up the crib. We broke TVs, all types of wild. Grandma broke my ass, but you know what I'm saying? Line us all up. Y'all want to be, extra? I got some extra whooping for that ass, you know what I'm saying? So I miss them moments, man, the good and the bad. So, but it does make you thankful and appreciative for those moments that you do have with those folks, because things are not guaranteed, man.
Exactly.
So,
and I'm at the age now, 29 years old. I feel like, I ain't never cooked nothing for Thanksgiving, but I feel like, I'm about ready to try my hand at some things, man.
Hey, man, I make a mean-ass 3-cheese macaroni, oven cooked macaroni. It's not the hardest thing to do. You put a little cream in there, throw a couple little cheeses in there, a little egg in there, throw a little egg with some seasoning in that joint, whip it up nicely, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, to my auntie taught me how to do that with the egg joint, like just the way she cooked it or whatever. It had the nice little texture. You throw that joint in the oven, let it nice and crispy, like cook real good.
That sounds fire.
It's off the chain.
Man, y'all let us know what y'all favorite Thanksgiving dishes are, or what dish you excel at the best.
3 cheese, mac and cheese, man.
I gotta find mine, you know what I'm saying? I might try to cook up a little something this year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If not, next year I'm gonna be ready.
Man, who cooking? Because I'm at the crib. Last time I like Taco Bueno, I had that last Thanksgiving.
You gotta have to come on through and get you a plate.
I'm gonna have to come by. I'm gonna hold you to it. I'll be over here, man. I'm gonna hit you. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm gonna grab you a plate. I'll bring you something with me.
I'll be over here watching Die Hard or something.
Okay, that's cool. I'm down for that. I'm gonna hold you to it, man. I'm gonna come through because I have no idea who's doing what, and I know I'm stuck with my line of work. I can't really leave the crib too heavy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm cool.
Chill, man.
I'm gonna have to bring something with me then. I'm gonna have to make some macaroni and cheese.
Hey, that'll work, man.
Press that oven open.
I'll bring some extra sinus medication and stuff like that for the lactose intolerance. Some Lactaid. And
honestly, as long as I eat something else with the cheese, I'll be good. It's just mac and cheese like that queso. Shout out to my boy, Babe. We gotta get back on here. That queso is delicious, but man, if I ate it by itself, I gotta go home. I'm not
straight to the crib.
I got this thing where I don't like using that type of bathroom at people's crib because I've actually broken toilets before. Shout out to my, my
you gotta check if they got a plunger first. You be like, hold on.
I broke toilets for real. And it's like, oh no plunger, B. Like, I don't even know these folks. I just broke their toilet.
Yeah, that's not.
What you gonna do in them situations, man? Shout out, to people that broken toilets too.
Yeah, shout out to God.
It does happen. It does. But yeah, man. Shoot.
Man.
What we looking like right now, bro?
I think we done it, man.
I think we did another one, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It is the holiday season.
Yeah.
For those that still, enjoying themselves, it's a very, commune time of the year. You know what I'm saying? There's some people can be madly depressed, other people can be super happy. Just pray for those that, are dealing or are lonely during this time of the year.
Absolutely.
They ain't got no family to get to, man. And, try to, reach out, be friends with them. It means a lot. We are humans that are commune.
Absolutely.
And we have to be able to, communicate and deal with each other too. So.
And if you ain't got nobody to reach out to, man, reach out to the nice guys.
Oh yeah, holla at me. Hey, listen, I'll be looking out for people to say certain things. I've had a couple of responses so far.
Yeah, right.
We want to hear from y'all. It's good or bad. It's cool. Hey, you might not like it. You might, whatever. This is good or bad. Just hit me up. Before I go to turn into a Corey Holcomb in this motherfucker. What's wrong with this nigga, man? He ain't that nice no more. You feel me? Now hit me up. Nah, for real, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Again, my name is Jacques Wright.
Adrian Peace.
And this is the Nice Guys Podcast. Y'all stay safe. One love. Peace.